There was a moment on the descent down the mountain where Black Mask was tempted to fling himself over the edge and feel the wind across his body for however long it took the ground to rise and meet him. Even with Blinky, even with the possible reintegration of the Bog Pride factions, he still had these moments. They felt like a sign of weakness, and he wondered if the Wingtorn and the Ashen Weald still had them too. He'd never heard it talked about among the Bog Wingtorn here, but that was the real reason their old prison had been moved to the bottom of the Crackling Sea Eyrie. Every so often, a Wingtorn would get a look across her face and fling herself off the ledge and into the misty darkness below. He thought being free would take away that impulse. Instead, it was still there, a battle every day. He won today's fight and continued by paw towards the cypress. The mangrove was too thick, too wet, too full of tree crabs to navigate quickly. He needed to reach help before the starlings arrived at the shore. The southern stretch of their Pride lands was new to him. In the old days, the mangroves had marked the end of the Bog Pride's territory. But as they were forced into a smaller and smaller corner, they'd claimed anything they could. He missed the tangle of trees overhead and ignored the oo-walk of a diving petrel until it repeated. He returned the call, and Thistle looked down from her perch.
"Are you here to watch the prisoners?"
she asked.
"Your mother must have been more unhappy with you than I thought."
He caught his breath. Greenwing altruism, another word Blinky had taught him that he couldn't repeat among his pride mates, was already a strong impulse. But if the prison was near the water, and the river griffins found out the Bog Pride was holding live starlings captive, there was a chance one might escape and bring it to the attention of the Pride Lord. That would require the starlings in question to kill all the bog griffins so they snapped out of their altruism, but Black Mask wasn't willing to rule that out just yet. And if that happened, they wouldn't need the Ashen Weald or Seraph King to make their pride disappear. He had no faith the glyphs would hold. "There are river starlings coming!" he shouted to Thistle. She didn't register the urgency in his voice.
"With the rains, it makes sense. My sisters are watching the streams with Wingtorn nearby. We'll catch 'em."
Stop calling them your sisters. You're not related to them or the crone. This is insanity. "They're coming from the ocean," he said. "They're nearly to the shore." Thistle immediately leapt off her perch and flew north, sounding the alarm. When the first of the other bog witches returned her call, Thistle turned and caught up to Black Mask on a stretch of sandy beach nestled among the mangroves.
"The Wingtorn are never going to make it here in time walking,"
she said.
"They're closer to the Jade Beak Falls than the ocean."
The river starlings looked like a pod of dolphins swimming. There was no doubt now they were definitely coming to shore. Once they spotted one of the bog griffins, the frenzy would start.